DK Metcalf just signed with the Ops, man. He just signed a 5-year, $150 million contract with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Yes, they the Ops because, I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan. We do not mess with nobody in the AFC North, especially not the Steelers. But I ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna bash them or nothing, do all that. I'm gonna give them their little credit because this is a good pickup by the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm not gonna lie. Before we get into that, make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. For sure, y'all gotta do that. Make sure y'all in the comments, Pittsburgh fans, or fan in the NFL, anything like that. Seattle fans, I know y'all hurt. Seattle Seahawks, I know y'all hurt right now. Tyler Lockett gone, Geno Smith gone, DK Metcalf gone. Man, everybody just leaving from the Seattle Seahawks. They said they got to get up out of there. Even after Mike McDonald, he came over there. Y'all thought y'all franchise finna change if y'all get Mike McDonald. But everybody don't look good once they leave the Ravens, huh? Try to tell y'all. Y'all seen what happened to old Pat Queen. Pat Queen left us. He ain't been the same since with the Steelers. But we ain't gonna get into all that. But DK Metcalf, what he bring to Pittsburgh Steelers? He bring a true wide receiver one presence. That's why I say it's a good pickup because DK Metcalf pairing him with George Pickens, which he's already a big body in his own 6'3", 6'4", big body, good contested deep ball threat. Same thing with DK Metcalf. Having two of those guys on opposite side of the fields over there, that's gonna be a scary nightmare, even for my boys. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's really why I don't want to speak too much of it, but that's a good pickup by the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, most importantly is that George Pickens, he get the slide off because George Pickens, he just don't got the best route running in the world, but he can go up and get a couple mosses once or twice in the game and in the ball game and things like that. But having somebody like DK Metcalf and that statue, who gonna take a lot of the responsibilities of getting covered by the cornerback one, so they're gonna leave George Pickens on the island by himself with secondary cornerback and things like that, or even a third string cornerback, even things like that. But DK Metcalf, I think he brings explosiveness to the offense. He brings a true presence of a wide receiver one. He brings speed to the offense. He brings a good physicality to the offense with the Pittsburgh Steelers. They are, if their culture, they like to play physical, hard-nosed football. And they ain't gonna lie, man, look, DK Metcalf with George Pickens, that's screaming all top of Black Force activity. You already know what George Pickens represent. That man be on straight bull job. So add somebody like DK Metcalf, his big over tough self, man. Look, listen, I'm trying to tell y'all. That's going to be a scary duo come this NFL season for a lot of teams when they got a matchup against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Not for my team, but if you anybody but the Baltimore Ravens, y'all don't want to see them boys. Y'all don't want to see them. I'm trying to tell you, Mike Tomlin, he's so Black Force activity. He brought the whole team pair of black Air Force Ones and wore them to the game, and they said that's how he's stepping. Man, they gonna be standing on straight business over there, especially with them two high heads. They might even be fighting each other first game in the locker room. You'll never know. But that's neither here nor there. But this is a good pickup, nonetheless, by the Pittsburgh Steelers. I seen they were trying to get Darius Slayton over there too, trying to sign him as well. Trying to shore up that cornerback position, that secondary, which that's not a done deal yet. But this video is about DK Metcalf signing over there. DK Metcalf, he running like a 4.4, 4.5, got good speed. 6'3", 6'4", big body. A lot of people like to put this persona of that he just a deep threat. Now I think DK Metcalf, he can do a lot of the other things, but I just don't think he had the type of offensive personnel, type of offensive coordinator to put him in those type of positions to be able to get him in, them other looks where he can just be like, man, I know DK down there somewhere, just throw the ball. Now that he's gonna be the wide receiver one, you already got George Pickens who's gonna be able to, just chuck the ball downfield and just hopefully he'll be able to come up with a catch or some of that sorts like that. But DK Metcalf, let's see. Y'all give me a second so I can look up the DK Metcalf stats, because y'all know he had 66 receptions, 292 yards, 5 TDs. DK Metcalf, that was him last season. With Geno Smith throwing the football now, obviously we don't know who's gonna be the quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Some might say it's Aaron Rodgers. Some might say it's Russell Wilson. Now, to me, that's a lose-lose situation either way you go. I would rather have Russell Wilson for the simple fact that he was already under your system. You already know who Russell Wilson is. He played with the team. You don't want to bring somebody like Aaron Rodgers who already got this toxic energy to him, this toxic, vibe to him where everything got to be centered and catered around him. You don't want to bring that to your locker room when you trying to build, and when you already got that type of statue franchise what you built so hard for over these last decade or so. But that matters. Offensive coordinator, that matters. Because obviously you got to scheme up these type of looks to be able to get DK Metcalf the ball, to get George Pickens the ball. It's not just where you got to run a 15, 20 yard fade and just throw the ball downfield. Just because you got these guys don't mean you're going to obviously have success with these guys. You got to be able to utilize them into their absolute truest potential. And I just think, maybe, just maybe, depending on who the quarterback is, I think the Pittsburgh Steelers can do a good job of that. This is just the first step. You need it after watching last season, seeing how the Pittsburgh Steelers offense can get kind of stagnant, can get kind of dry, can go through a dry spell. They can go stretches without, moving the ball down the field. And having somebody outside George Pickens. With George Pickens, he's not the best route runner. Yes, he can go up there and catch the ball. Yes, he can go up there and marshal and do all those things like that. Yes, he got great hands. But sometimes you can see his focus not be there. Sometimes you can see his route running get a little bit lazy. His technique get a little bit lazy. You can see him so it's a little bit be easier for opposing teams to kind of, clamp down on what George Pickens used to do. Now you add in somebody who's a true wide receiver one, like DK Metcalf. DK Metcalf probably, no doubt a top 10 receiver in the NFL. Got potential to be like a top 6 receiver in the NFL. Because obviously we know the top 5. I ain't got to dispute that out. Depending on how this season go, he can creep into that top 5. He was 8 yards shy of 1,000 yards. And I think he missed a couple games too. And this was Geno Smith throwing him the football. No disrespect to Geno Smith, but he just not it for somebody for that caliber wide receiver to come up and with these other top 5 receivers, these other names, like the Jettas. Jettas, that's why I say he the best, because he had Sam Darnold throwing the football. His numbers ain't changed. He had the ball dude, Joshua Dobbs throwing him. I think that's his name. I don't know. The ball dude. Y'all know who I'm talking about, bro. His numbers ain't changed. Kirk Cousins, his numbers ain't changed. No matter who Jettas quarterback is, his numbers gonna stay the same. He's gonna give you about 13, 14, 1,500 yards. About 6, 7, 8, 9 TDs. That just Jettas. But you see Jamar Chase, he got Joe Burrow, Tua, Tyreek Hill got Tua, CD got Dak, AJ Brown, he got Jalen Hurts. Now that you can be able to come in, hopefully you can bring back Russell Wilson to be able to run the offense and get this thing, settled and situated. This was a good pickup by the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh fans, I know y'all raving out the mouth, drooling from the mouth of this pickup, because y'all got two demons on the opposite side of each other. Y'all got 2 Black Force One activity on the side of each other that y'all know that's going to be on straight bad timing. But I think DK Metcalf, he kind of fit the culture. Being that he's physical, big, got speed. He can run intermediate routes. He can play outside the numbers. He can play inside the numbers. Physical wide receiver who can also be a good run blocker too. He added another dimension, another layer to the Pittsburgh Steelers offense that they were desperately missing last year. And that's really all I got to say on that. But make sure y'all hit that subscribe. Make sure y'all hit that like button for sure. That go a long way to getting this video to more people. And I'll see y'all next time.